Medium. I came up with this word medium because we're artists. If we weren't artists, I probably wouldn't have used the word medium, and I mean it as the medium that we use to create our art, right? A painter uses a canvas, a sculptor uses clay, right? The medium that we create. But I don't mean that's literally. I mean it as like, what the heck am I making, right? So I'm using the word that we use literally as our medium, figuratively, for the point that I'm trying to make today. So if you've watched any of my Daily Fuels so far, you've heard me talk about having a vision, having a grand vision for our lives, for our art, for our work, for whatever it is that you have a vision for. And I have grand visions, certainly. If I didn't, I wouldn't be doing any of the things that I do. And you've also heard me say that art is our secret weapon, okay? Meaning that just about anybody can have a grand vision for anything, and especially for your life. Just like even the people who don't act on it, they have a vision for their life, like what they wish life was, and the most that some people can do is to just sort of think about it and feel the feelings of it, and they don't really know how to articulate it or create it or do anything about it. But we as artists have art, and art is our secret weapon because we can create that vision. We can see it with our eyes. We can make music that we can hear it with. We can create things and show it to people. Here's my vision, right? We can do that, whereas most people can't, and that kind of stinks for them, but what are you going to do? Then comes the part that where I start struggling with, and that's what we're going to talk today, is that for me personally, and this might not apply to you specifically, but for me personally, when I come up with a vision for something, when I'm like, oh, I want to make this or I want to do that, I have this tendency at that point to start asking myself, how am I going to make money with this, right? That question is really, really crappy because the vision part is like, oh, what you're imagining and like why you want it, right? As law of attraction people, we understand that our job is to ask what and why, what we want and why we want it. Talk about that, and the how and the when are not our domain, right? I get that, I get it, but guess what? I still do it, right? And you probably do too. So how the heck am I going to turn this grand idea into a business that, makes money? So when I ask how, I am very, very clever about it. I don't come right out and sabotage myself in the first minute with my vision. No. I have to be a little more clever about it because I've been doing this a while. So I'll start to reverse engineer my vision. I'll think of the grand vision, right? And I'll start reverse engineering it, meaning that I'll start working backwards. Starting at the grand vision, and I'll be thinking, wow, it could be, I'll just take like one of my TV show ideas, for example. I've got this TV show idea, and I want to make this show, and I want it to be this, and I want it to be that. And then I'll start to think like, oh, it could make money by, I could sell video on demand, or I could have a distributor that puts it in front of their audience, or whatever, right? And at first it's okay, because I'm still okay with it. The vision's still intact. But then I start chipping away at it because I realize, that distributor that I know, they'd want it to be more like this. But I could still make it the thing that I want if I kind of tweaked that. Oh, but if I tweak that, then I got to do this. And before you know it, I'm like whittling away at this idea until I'm left with this nub. And then the time comes to, start working on the show, start making the thing that I've got this grand idea for. And I'm looking at the grand idea, and I'm looking at the nub that I've got left for, so that I can turn it into a business. And I go, I don't want to make this. This isn't anything that I want to make. So what happens is I throw that thing away, and I start dreaming up things again. And before you know it, I'm back to the vision again. And the vision's always been the same. It's never changed. It's not like I keep coming up with different visions. I have one grand vision. I keep coming back to it. And but I end up hesitating to start because, when I whittle it down, I don't like it anymore. Okay, so where am I going with this? It becomes a cycle. right? If you think of like the hamster in the wheel kind of a thing, you can do this over and over and over again, because I've been doing it over and over and over again with all of these ideas that I have. And I don't know if you're feeling this, or if this applies to you. Definitely let me know in the comments. But here's the trick to this, is that once you're aware of it and you observe it, you can stop it. And that's easier said than done, because it's not like you become aware of it and the cycle just stops all by itself. You're still going to have the tendencies to do things like this. So the awareness has to be something that you have to be constantly cognizant of it. You have to be on the lookout for it. So today I did a whole thing where I kind of took all my ideas and threw everything off the board. And I just started with a blank slate. And I said, okay, if I get hung up with the business plan, the thing is that I'm trying to figure out how to make money with things. Let me take money off the table. Let's pretend for a moment that I don't need money, okay? I have plenty of money. The money doesn't matter. This is just something that I'm doing. I got my whole life to just do whatever the hell I want to do, and I'm going to do it. So what would I do? So I started putting the pieces back on, and it was really simple, because it was just the vision at this point. You know, I didn't have any of the things that I've attached to it to turn it into a business. And this is the part that gets scary for me, because when I'm looking at just the vision in that way, I'm looking at it as I have this music that I want to make, and I have this TV show that I want to make. And I swear to God, I know that people do that to make money, but I don't know how. So that's when I get clever and start to do the reverse engineering stuff. And I realized that it's because I'm just not practiced in how to make money that way. I'm practiced in how to make money by selling a service to B2B companies, right? So, if you don't know me, I've had a web design company for 20 something years. And so all my clients are B2B companies, and I make their websites and blah, blah, blah. It's great. And I hate it. So I know how to sell that. I could sell that all day long. All I need is somebody to talk to, and 50%, 60% of the time, I got a client. That's not a problem for me. So what I've been trying to do all these years is take these TV ideas and turn it into that. But I can't sell the TV show, so I'm thinking maybe I can sell sponsorships, or maybe I could sell, to like a distributor or something like that. And that's where the whole educational aspect of it came into play, because the last time I was working on Planet Bonehead, I was talking to a lot of green tech companies to get them to sponsor the show, and I approached it like a B2B kind of a thing, and people gave me money to do it. And I made all these different, but I realized that what I was doing was I was turning this grand idea into me making commercial spots for green tech companies. And the next thing I knew, that's what I was, and I wasn't getting to the show. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. And I took that whole thing and I threw it in the garbage. Because I keep whittling down the vision to try to figure out how to make money. It's like I have to be in control of that. And so what I did today was I just said, you know what? I give up. I don't know how to be in control of that, because every time I try, it doesn't work. And I end up making money doing something I don't like. I want to make money doing something I like. I don't know how to do that, so I'm just going to start working on the thing that I like. Anyway, that's what I got today. I don't have much more than that, but let's go to the comments and see, because you guys, here's what's been happening. I come here with these questions, and this is what I'm doing, and then I go into the comments, and you guys are brilliant. So let's see what we got. Deb says, hey, Bobby, still waking up. You're still waking up. Where are you? Are you in Australia or something, I guess? And my dad's here. Hi, Dad. How you doing? And I said hi to Avi. I don't know if that's how you say your name. Hi. Yes, I got it right. Avi. Great. And let me see. Robin is here. Hi, Robin. And Deb says, wow, cool. And Marcia says, good evening. So Deb's waking up, and it's nighttime for Marcia. It's 6 p.m. here by me. Would have been fun popping it all. Oh, the what's it called? The poppy. What is the word? Can't think of the word. Bubble wrap. Thank you. Wow, people would pop the walls. Yeah, actually, what it was, that it wasn't bubble wrap the way we think of it. They made it like two shower curtains with like sealed air in between, so it was a little more sturdy. You couldn't just go popping the wallpaper, but I suppose you could have with enough force. But anyway, yeah, nobody liked that, and I could understand why. And Avi says hi, yes, and Kirsten is here. Hi Kirsten, how are you? She says hi, Bobby. And Amy is here. Hello. Oh my God, almost missed it, but here now. No, you can't miss it. You miss one and you're out of the group. That's the rule. Tony, show me the money. Yeah. Absolutely. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Tony, you want to buy a nub? I know. I realized as I was saying it that I was down to a nub. I was like, I don't know, that's not my best metaphor. Deb says, oh my God, yes, I can relate. I feel I have gone full circle, but I'm still not taking action. You know, let me tell you something. We need to wake up about this. If you're feeling this, because I promise you, this is a cycle, and I keep coming back to the same place where I'm going like, what the hell is the matter with me? I want to make this thing. And then I go, okay, so make this thing. Okay, so how am I going to make money at it? Well, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. And next thing you know, I'm down to a nub again. And I'm constantly surprised by it. As though, like, I'm a smart man. I'm intelligent. And yet, the same freaking thing happens every single time. Well, I'm not doing that anymore. And neither are you. Let's not do that. Oh, thanks for the heart. I like when the hearts go by. Whoever did that. Hector, hey brother. Hey man, how you doing? Nice to see you. Robin, what about a theory of if you build it, they will come? Yeah, you know, I like that theory. You know what, Robin? I have poo-pooed that theory enough times in my old way of thinking that I'm going to embrace that theory, because that was my theory with this group. If I build it, they will come. I honestly don't know what the point of this group is other than for me to do daily fuels every day. I know what we're doing and I am enjoying it. But as I've mentioned before, most people, most entrepreneurs, you know, in entrepreneur land, they will build a Facebook group with the purpose being a branding tool to amass an audience around them and then sell them their crap. Here, hire me as a coach. Here's this product I made. Just buy it. Here's a course. You know, here it is. Buy it. You know, there's plenty of free stuff in their groups, you know, as there should be. But the goal of the group and the reason they did it was to put people around them and say, buy my crap. I'm not saying everybody's stuff is crap. I'm just saying that's the point of a Facebook group. And I ran one that way before. And once again, I got to the point where I was just like, I'm selling stuff I don't want to sell. And I see this Facebook group as more of a focus group for me. I'm interested in it getting larger because the more people there are, the more networking there is to do. But really, this was a way for me to perform. This was a way for me to get up on stage and do this every day. Because I need to do this. Otherwise, I'm stuck in my head. And honestly, I do this, and on any other medium, like if I had just made YouTube videos as this, I would be talking to myself. But I have you guys, and you guys are here live with me, and you say stuff back, and I go, oh, I never thought of it that way. And I'm like in real time creating this stuff, and I think that we're creating a feedback loop and a whirlwind of energy here that all of us can benefit from. At least that's my goal. I don't have anything to sell you. I don't have a thing. You know, you want to buy something, let me know. But you know, I don't want to be your coach. I don't want to make your website. I don't want to do anything. Actually, I will make your website because I'm still doing that for people, but I don't want to be a coach. I got that. Kirsten says, yes, I am a hamster in the wheel. Get me off this ride. I think I desperately want to be free, so I act like there's some secret key, a vision, and I whittle it down and assume it's not the right vision. Oh, that's a really good way to put it, right? So what you're saying is that you whittle it down to fit what you want, and then when you're looking at your nub, You're thinking there's something wrong with your vision. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's not my issue. My issue is I get down to this thing and I'm thinking that there's something wrong with me and my business model. And then eventually I realize that's not my vision. This thing, this amazingness. And I'm too nervous to do it because I don't know what the next step is. I mean, isn't that Law of Attraction 101? Take the next step and the thing will show, right? I mean, what did, who said it? I'm sorry. Robin said it. What about, build it and they will come? Well, take the step and the path will light up in front of you. Isn't that what we believe? Except for when I'm working on my business. Then I have to know everything for the next 10 years. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, let's get off the hamster wheel ride, Kirsten. You and me, we're off. We're done. Sometimes Kelly, hi Kelly, how you doing? Sometimes it takes an insane catalyst to shake me right out of that hamster wheel cycle. That's cool because I think that what we are doing here is acting as that catalyst, and completely, absolutely, because I can't talk to you guys and have this conversation every single day without it jogging things. And then, even after the conversation yesterday, Sandy Evans commented something about it looks to me like you're focusing on how to do your message. And I was like, you're absolutely right. And that's where this one came from. The other day we talked about failure and all that stuff, and that's still on my list for a daily fuel. I guess it's going to be tomorrow if I do it this week. Otherwise, this might just be Speak Your Truth month. I don't know. Or maybe that's just all we talk about. I have no idea. Until it is exhausted. Hector says, me too. I said hi to you, right, Hector? Hi. Me too. Just learn to master my art and money will follow. See, Hector, to me, you are a really good example of this because I look at what you're putting out and I'm just thinking, look at that. That's just amazing. You even dress the part. You know what I mean? It's just, I look at you and it's just there. And it makes perfect sense to me, an outside observer. But if I were you, I would be in there going what the hell am I doing? I don't see it. I get lost in the doing. My wife said to me today, because we're reading Joe Dispenza's books, and the one that I'm reading right now, if you're interested in, is called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And what she said to me today when I was telling her this, I was like, this is what I'm doing my daily fuel on today. She said, what you're trying to do when you do that is you're trying to move matter with matter. Instead of going into the quantum field and moving energy and then letting the quantum field create the matter, right? Another woo-woo way of saying it is you're trying to figure it out yourself instead of letting your higher power, your source energy, God, do it for you. It's all the same thing. And when I see people like Hector doing his thing, it makes perfect sense to me. Look at that. That's amazing. And then I try to do it, and I'm just like, this doesn't make sense. Which to you may think, how does he not get it? I understand. I'm standing here doing these things every day. And so from your perspective, it might look like, how does he not have his act together more? Well, we're all human beings, and nobody has their act together, and don't let them tell you that they do. Because they don't. Except us. We're going to get our acts together. Deb says, yes, Australia. Yeah, okay. I think you told me that and I forgot. Ray said, we'll have to watch the beginning to get the good stuff. Yeah, the hand rubbing and the bubble wrap story. Amy says, I think there's a saying, if you love your work, then you never have to work a day in your life. Great thing to achieve, to make your passion your money maker. I really like that. And, I think that was the point of Tim Ferriss's 4-Day Workweek book, is that you're not going to just spend 4-hour work week. 4 hour, I forget that, whatever it was. And the idea being that you love what you do and just your life and your work just kind of intertwine, where you're always, the passion is just pouring out of you. And I think that might have been part of what tripped me up, is that even though I whittled my vision down, I was still doing creative work. I was still doing art. I was still doing design. I was still doing, right? So it was a little nefarious because it was still kind of there. I'm making a TV show. I'm making this thing. I'm making that thing. but it's got to be 100%. You just can't settle on anything. I was 2 minutes late, says Amy. Okay. Well, sorry about that. Robin says, yep. It was wild that back in the day, I just decided to do my art, and somehow I got offers to have shows, and it was like the universe magically cooperated with me. It was astonishing. That's what I'm talking about. See, and if you ask me objectively, I would say to you, oh, well, if I just made the thing, then the opportunity to make money with it would present itself. It's not that I don't believe that would happen. It's that I try to figure out how that would happen prior to starting the thing. I was like, oh, I completely believe this could make money. This vision is amazing. How could it make money? Could be that. Oh, well, if it were that, that would be great. How could it be that? Well, it could be this, it could be that, it could be that. Yeah, but that would only work if... And now the next thing you know, I got a little nub of an idea because I tried to figure out the whole thing myself. Me, meat suit, Bobby. Before even making anything. Yeah. Good for you, Robin. I'm happy to hear that. See, it works. Marcia says, sometimes we tend to overthink. One step at a time. I always do notes with outlines and modify as I go. I have 2 possibilities in the works and have had to stop concentrating on the making money part. The money part will follow if you just do the steps. Both ideas are a passion, so I hope that keeps me motivated. That's cool. I actually have 2 things too. For me, it's the music and the TV show. And I'm trying to figure out how to kind of blend the 2 together. And part of what I came up with today, I'm going to say things to you guys, and then tomorrow it might be a different story. And I don't mean today and tomorrow. I mean like any day I might say like, I think I'm doing this. And then the next day it's like, I'm not doing that. But right now I'm really wondering if the kids TV show is really part of my big vision or if it's more of an adult-oriented thing. I know what I'm trying to say, and I know what I want to say, and I know what I want to get out there, but when I threw everything off the table and started from scratch, the kids show part kind of fits, but isn't really there. I'm not sure yet, but part of me is thinking that one of the reasons that I always gravitate right to the kids show is because I already have distributors for a kids show. I could make a kids show tomorrow and give it to my distributors, and it'll go on things and it'll give me royalty checks. I know I can do that. The only problem is I don't know that I want to make that. And I keep moving toward it because I know it's the fastest path to money. But it's not the thing. Yeah. Robin says, a 2-person show downtown DC at Martin Luther King Library with my 6-foot canvas. Wait a minute. What did I miss? I have shows, and it was like the universe magically corroborated me. It was astonishing. Oh, okay. So you did a 2-person show. That's cool. That's awesome. That's really great. Do you have video of that? You can put it in the group. Deb says, all I know, symbols are my vision. Ideally on textiles, but I'm doing energy healings. Exactly, right? Oh man, I've got this vision to be a musician and a rock star and make this cool TV show. And oh yeah, I'll do your website. Yeah, sure. Come on over here. Yeah, let me show you how a website works. Why? Why am I doing that? Do you know I stumbled into website design because it was when it first came out. I was like, that's really cool. I'm into technology and I like new things. And I was already gravitating toward television production when I was young, and then websites became a thing, and I was like, that's really cool. And so I had a boss, and he's like, do you know how to do this? And I was trying to figure it out, and I'm into figuring out the technical things of how things work. And so I was learning HTML, and I was learning how to do this, and I was learning how to do that. And then I got a job doing that, and then I started a business doing that. And then 100,000 years later, it's all I do. And I was just like, how did I do this? How did this become the thing? This isn't the thing. This was never the thing. Right? Robin says, it happened. Yep, cool beans. That's awesome. Kelly says, I think we focus on the money making because we were programmed into thinking we have to work hard in order to earn. New paradigm is moving into the share from abundance of your heart and creative force, and the universe will support you. That's really great. You know, how much of our lives as adults is dictated by the paradigm that we all learn, everybody of every generation, right? Go to school, get good grades, get a job, earn a living, all the things, right? There's like steps to life. Except when you're an artist, you're just like, this, I don't fit in this step anymore. You know, because it's like, you know what, nobody fits in those steps. That's neither here nor there. But we're trying to like figure out how to live our dreams in a world that wants you to follow this thing. I don't even know what it is, you know? It doesn't work. Nobody's happy with it. Yeah. The universe will support you. And that's the part I forget, is that the universe will support you. If I could just stick to the vision and take that next step, start making the show. Just start making this damn show. For crying out loud, I've been talking about it for 1,000 years. Make the damn show. And watch what happens. Except I have to think ahead 3 years and be like, oh, well, I can get it on Netflix. And blah, blah. Who cares? I don't care. Just because, hi Ray, how are you? Just because I see you as a furry little being, I know you can step off the wheel at any point. I'm a little hamster. Is that what you're saying? The path is there. Hopefully someone can loan you a flashlight to help you see it better. And I will get the shirt blue before the night is over. Okay, cool beans. Yeah, right? You know what? Lend you the flashlight thing. I think that the thing about that is that you can't see the path, and nobody can. We try to imagine what it looks like. I'm not good at taking a step when I don't know what's after that step. I think I just have to get good with that. You know, I think I just have to get a little more okay with that. It's funny because when I'm creating my art, I'm totally okay with that. When I'm editing a video, I don't have the whole thing planned out. I just start editing and I watch, as I call it, serendipity. I just watch as like the video clips just blend into each other perfectly. How this clip and this clip and then this clip land on the beat of the music I chose without me even planning it. And it's just amazing because that's how I make my art. When I make my business, this is a really interesting thought. What if I thought of my business as a piece of art? I've never thought of this before, and I don't know why. What if I thought of my business as a piece of art and just watched in amazement as the next thing and the next thing and then, okay, that's what I'm doing. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate that. Deb says, you have to get out of your head, Bobby. You have no idea. Thank you. Amy says, this is a good place to heal and strengthen each other's weaknesses. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I really am. Thank you, Amy. Deb says, comes down to alignment, I guess. It does. You know, when I'm doing my art, when I'm doing video, when I'm doing animation, when I'm making music, I am aligned. I get in the zone. When I'm working on my business, I am so not in the zone. I don't even know what being in the zone about my business feels like. And this is like really the first time in my life that I'm articulating this, and I can't even believe it. It's like, how could I not have thought to compare my business to my art? How could I not have thought to approach my business the way I approach my art? And I do other things that way. You know, I have a great marriage and wonderful kids. I'm not constantly struggling to figure out how to be a better dad or a better husband or, you know, those things. We all have those buckets, right? You know, your family, your health, your money, right? And everybody's got one or two buckets that are just crap. It's like whatever, it keeps getting, the dog goes in them and it rains on them. And the other ones are just overflowing with abundance and joy. And it's like, why? Why can't we approach the different buckets? This I've thought of before. Why can't I approach the business and money bucket the way I approach the health bucket or the way I approach the family bucket? But I've never thought about the business to the art bucket because the art is the closest analogy to the business. It's me by myself making a thing. I don't make my family, you know? I don't make my health in the same way. I don't have it's almost like I have a vision for my family, but I'm never like thinking about it. It's just there and we're always moving towards it and it's never even a worry. Oh boy. I don't know. I got to think about that. That's really cool. Thank you guys. Deb says, guilty of trying to figure it out too. I think we all are to a degree. Maybe not the specific thing that I'm talking about for me, but I think that we all have that thing that we think too much about it and we did, right? Kelly says, a desire for perfectionism means rigidity. And art is fluid and flowing. Gotta leave the expectation of perfect at the door. You know, it's interesting you say rigidity, because you ever hear the thing like a flexible body is a flexible mind, right? Because I am not a very flexible person. Like I like doing yoga, but man, I can't like bend certain ways and things like that. I just don't. And I hear that thing about like a flexible mind, and a flexible body go together. And a rigid body reflects a rigid mind. And I think that I think about it sometimes and then I dismiss it. But your comment here is making me think that they kind of go together, really, because because I like to think that I have a flexible mind. Oh, I'm an artist and I can imagine all these amazing things. So that's bull crap, you know? Except I don't think it is, because I'm so rigid with this. And here's where I'm rigid. My business has to be like this, and I have to sell a thing to companies. Blah, 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 and it's got to be like that, and I have to understand it. And I'm so rigid about it that I keep tricking myself to go down that lane. That's a cool thought, too. Thank you, Kelly. Ray says celestial navigation. Yeah, I think you're commenting on what I said a few minutes ago, but yes. Deb says two things, too, for me, the textiles and the energy branding work. Okay? We are nonconformists. Yes, we are. We absolutely are. So that's the one thing I really like about having a group for artists is I think more than anybody, you guys get me, and I get you. Hector says, yes, start doing the show. Forget 3 years before 3 years gone by. Thank you, right? They keep going by. It's funny how that happens. Kelly says, you said it. Just start and then stay in your heart and not in your mind. I did that recently and it's working out for me. Oh, great. Okay, good. Well, if Kelly can do it, I can do it. Thank you. Deb says, stepping out of the comfort zone is where the magic happens. Getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Right? Isn't that what we're saying over and over and over again? Yep, says Robin. The steps to life theory sucks. The steps to life theory sucked. My parents wanted me to do stuff. Oh, the right. I know what you're talking about. My parents wanted me to do stuff to support myself. They knew I was an artist, but never supported that part of me. I luckily don't have that problem. My parents supported me completely. This is all on me. I've been a grown up now, living on my own for many years, and it's up to me to fix this. But luckily, I had two parents who supported everything I tried to do. In fact, when I was in high school, I had 2 bedrooms. My dad used to have an office, and one of them became my music room because I had keyboards and music set up and all this stuff. So, if you're still here, thanks for the music room. But yeah, they were very supportive of my endeavors with that. It was on me to I don't know why. That I just decided I have to figure this out. Think of your biz as a piece of art. Love it. Yeah. Right. Thanks for writing that in the comments. I'm going to think of your biz as a piece of art. Yeah. You know what? I don't want to forget that. Can somebody message that to me in Messenger, because I wanna have it and remember, because I can't write it down. Good one, Ray, says Hector. As you do when you're editing, some clips work and some don't. Transfer that to your vision. You're asking me, Amy. Yeah, here's what I'm saying, is that when I'm making a video, I'll just start putting pieces together without designing the entire video from beginning to end. You know, I just kind of go with the flow when I make a video, and I don't know how to say it any better than that, because I don't think too far ahead. I'm just like, oh, I think this next clip will just go right here, and then this one goes here, and then this one goes here, and then I play it back, and lo and behold, it like went perfectly with the music. And I thought I'd have to, you know, figure things out, but I don't half the time. So what I'm saying is I can do my business like that. I'm not sure how to do it like that, but I'm going to try it. And I suppose the idea is, well, the next step, if I'm doing clip, then the next step is I'm just going to start making the show, and I'm just going to make the first episode, or I'm just going to write the script, or I'm just going to design the characters. And while I'm doing that, I'm not thinking ahead to the first paycheck of it. I'm just going to write the script and design the characters. That's it. I'm designing the characters and writing the script. That's all I'm working on now. That's the next step. And then lo and behold, it all fits together, and boobity-bop, something happens. Because, you know, I know I'm going to make money. It's not like I'm worried that I'm not. It's that I want to do bigger than I'm doing, you know? It's those 8s that you rail against, and I'll give you the reasons someday, okay? Ray is my like personal numerologist. Thank you, Ray. Amy says, give yourself a wobble like jelly. You'll become flexible. Yeah, I really want to do yoga again. I like yoga. It's fun. Deb says, can relate to that too, Robin. Remember my mom saying, you can't make a living from being an artist. So I studied interior design. 20 years of it, LOL. Yeah, you know, I see that with my daughter's friends. My daughter is a senior in high school, and she wants to go to FIT to be a designer. She's very interested in art and design, and so, you know, we are supporting that. She has friends in high school who say, you know, they're all going to school for physical therapy because you make a lot of money doing that. And she's just like, you know, talking to 10 friends who are all going to school for physical therapy. She's like, I don't even know if 2 of them are even going to like it. You know what I mean? And she's going to something that's her dream. So I don't know. I don't know how to, I can't fix other people's kids, but I can make sure that I'm not screwing up mine any more than I have to. Marcia says, throw perfect out the window and just jump in mentally and physically into the plan. Cool. Thank you. Another great way to say it. You guys are very smart. Thank you very much. Robin, I never let it stop me, though. I always found a way to do my art. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Deb says, messaged. Thank you. Robin, it was the nonconformist part of me. Yeah, I think that that's something we have going for us too. Is many of us are probably nonconformists. We don't like this whole follow the rules kind of a thing. You can't when you're an artist, because everybody says art is dumb. You can't be an artist, right? Nobody says you should be an artist or follow art. People don't even want to teach art in school, you know. So here we are, these artists, and there's no real place, so we have to make it ourselves. Hector, I'm writing that down too. I can create art, but the business side not artsy enough. That's the comment of the night. Yeah, that was the comment of the night. And Robin, wow, just now when you talked about your daughter, it reminded me of people suggesting I go to the Corcoran at 17. The Corcoran, I don't know what the Corcoran is, but I get it from context. The place you don't want to go. I would have. Yeah. Is that the last comment? Wow, this is these are getting insane. Well, guys, thank you so much. What time is it? Because I gotta go pick up my daughter. Speaking of not screwing up my kids, yeah. Oh, look at this. My dad texted me what Deb said. Thanks, Dad. Appreciate that. Okay, yeah, I gotta go. Indeedy, says Deb. Guys, thank you so much. Tomorrow is Friday. We will continue this at Corcoran School of Art in DC. Gotcha. We will continue this, and we are going to get our lives straight. We are all going to be artist millionaires. How about that? I should rename this the Artist Millionaires Club. How about that? You want to be that? Unless that's not what you want to be. You don't have to want to be the same thing I want to be. It's not important. I try to keep these general a little bit so that you can apply what I'm talking about to your life. I think you get that. And you guys are just amazing. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, somebody's saying something now? Yes? No? No. Okay. Robin, you get the booby prize today. Go check your mailbox. It'll be there. And my dad says love you. I love you too. You don't get a booby prize though. I will see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.